Hello friends, how are you? So today's topic is about three simple ways to remove toxic overload in your home. Just three simple things that you can start to do. But before we go into it, this video is for anyone who feels overwhelmed with figuring out what chemicals are okay, what chemicals are not. Everything is chemicals around us, but what chemicals are okay, what chemicals are not, if you're like me, you use Mr. Google for everything, and you get these pages and pages long information, and you're like, what is this? Is this good? Is this not? You have no idea where to start. So if you are in that camp, this is for you. Especially if you have children, right? That's when I got very, very serious about removing toxic chemicals in my home. I have my notes here just for me to keep track. And plus, I'm doing a giveaway today. So anyone who's watching the replay or watching this live and comments about what is useful for you with this whole video, you will be entered to win something, which I'll talk about in a little bit. So that used to be me, the confusion, the overwhelm. I would go look for things, I would find something, and then I'd be like, okay, this does not look good. I still remember, right? Despite being told that we could not have children, I got pregnant at 38 and a half, and I was ecstatic, all natural, it just happened. And this is the power of the human body. Despite all our illnesses and background and doctors telling us it couldn't, it did, because when the body is provided with the right environment, things start to happen. And I remember thinking I would go look at all the baby products because, I was nesting and I was trying to get everything lined up for when this baby came. And I remember thinking, this little guy, this little person, I didn't know whether I was having a boy or girl, this little person has nothing in him. His whole system is clean and there's nothing, and he's as pristine as it can get. And I can do it over with this child. And this is, it was like, wow, I can do it over and he's going to be okay. And then I would go look at the products and I would read the labels and get all freaked out, because even if it said organic, even if it said all natural, and it would be like these beautiful labels, the ingredients were horrific. I could not bring myself to bring that in. And that is when I discovered essential oils, and that's when I started making my own stuff. But that's for another video. I want to keep it very simple here. And that is how this journey started. Despite, living clean, this is when the whole journey kind of kick-started. Okay, and I knew that whatever I was looking, I was going to share with other moms, because I knew that there were other moms who were wanting similar things like I did. And it had to be from a trusted company. It had to be a lot of research. I had to back it up. So that is how this whole journey started. Okay, and I can't wait to share with you how simple it is to start taking stuff out of your home. Okay, so number one, just three simple things, right? Number one, read labels. That's it, read labels. I will post a blog post that I wrote, which has all the ingredients listed that are things that you need to just absolutely avoid. I'll put that in the comments. Two organizations that I would love for you to follow: EWG.org, Environmental Working Group. They're good. They're pretty good. And then there's an app called Think Dirty app, which you can basically use and scan items. It will rate it on the toxicity level. It's pretty useful. Simple things, right? This is the one thing you can start doing. Number two, if you are using plugins and candles and dryer sheets in your home, first things first, get rid of those things. Those cause so much toxic overload in your system, it's not even funny. So these simple things, scented candles, if you're using candles, use pure wax or make your own. It's simple to do. Okay, so we are being marketed to all these fancy, oh, this room stinks with whatever you're cooking, so get these plugins or get these Febreze type of things. Those are so not good for your system and your kids. You're breathing that in, your body's absorbing it. Get rid of it. Okay, second thing to throw out: This is another thing we're so marketed to get rid of germs, get rid of germs. Oh my God, germs and kids and all that, right? Clorox and bleach and, as strong as it can get and 99% kill off germs and whatever those things that we're marketed to. Those things are not that greatest for your system, okay? So the skin is the largest organ. It'll absorb everything that you come in contact with. So make sure that you do not get those things, or get rid of them. There's one single replacement, which I will talk about. I'll talk about my recommendations at the end. Okay, so the third one is mind. Toxic thoughts are as toxic as toxic chemicals in your home. Okay, you all might have heard of Dr. Emoto. Dr. Emoto did experiments where he used the mind's consciousness. And he showed that the mind's consciousness affected the molecules in the water. We are made up of 80% water. So if your mind has toxic thoughts, so what are toxic thoughts? Negative thoughts, thoughts that make you feel terrible about yourself. How many of us in our generation beat the heck out of ourselves, right? We're so hard on ourselves. Those are negative thoughts. Those are toxic thoughts. So those toxic thoughts are as toxic as toxic chemicals. So those things have to be changed. Okay, so let's start with recommendations for the third one, which is the mind. The mind, to work with the mind, my recommendation is just two things: meditation or prayer. 5 minutes in a day. 3 minutes in a day. Write some positive affirmations. The moment you catch your mind going down the spiral of like having super negative thoughts, change that into something positive. Say something nice to yourself. Okay? So I have a barometer. Like I'm equally at fault. I do that so many times and have to catch myself. If I find myself saying something like, "Oh, that's so stupid, Padma," or like, "How could you do that?" Right? I will ask myself, will I say this to my children? Will I tell them the same thing? Will I say, "Oh, you're so stupid, Anish"? Would I say that? Probably never, right? Never. And so if I'm not going to say that to my kids, why am I saying that to myself, right? So this is something that's so important. If you can watch how you are talking to yourself, it'll make a huge difference. And the second piece is doing breathing exercises. I think I've posted some in here. Search for meditation or pranayama breathing techniques. Those you can incorporate. There's an app called Calm app. People swear by it. I have my own meditation practice. I just do that. But Calm app is a good one. Use some things like that. It's very simple. Start to slowly purge your mind of negative thoughts. We have a gazillion thoughts in a day, so you can't control everything. But when you become aware of it, it's your responsibility to shift out of it. Okay? So recommendation for number 2, which is if you're using dryer sheets and candles. If you're using dryer sheets, replacement is wool balls. You can get them on Amazon. I can post a link if you want. Wool balls. Put them in the dryer. Put some essential oils in them. If you're using candles, another alternative is diffusers with essential oils in them, or you can make your own candles. It's not that hard to do, okay? If you're like, into DIY stuff. If you're using Windex and Clorox and bleach, please get rid of them. I have one recommendation for you all, which is the Thieves Household Cleaner. This is by far the best cleaner that I've ever seen, so concentrated. This one pack is what I use for a 32-ounce spray bottle, okay? So this is it. This is made with essential oils from Young Living. I love this. And this is what I'm giving away because I want your home to be super clean with clean and clean. So this is what I'm giving away. Please put in the comments and I will pick a winner maybe by tomorrow, and then I will mail this to you. It is so good. So good. This one thing will replace every single thing. Not only is it good for the environment and good for your home, you are going to save a ton of money because this one packet, right? 32-ounce spray bottle. It's so concentrated. It works better than all the crazy germ killing toxic cleaners out there. I use it in toilets and countertops. I can talk for hours just around this one. All right, so that's it, guys. I wanted to keep it short and simple. Toxic thoughts, toxic things in your home. Very simple. Get rid of them. And if you have any questions, reach out. Have a wonderful rest of the weekend. Oh, today's Thursday, not weekend. Have a good rest of your day. All right, bye.